Hi guys, happy Tuesday. Hope everything's going good in your work week and all that good stuff. Well, I guess the powers to be decided that my editing software was okay to have again, so I'm gonna play with Hotlips a little bit here, probably get on her for her second ride, see how she does. If she does good, we'll move out of that little pen into a bigger pen. I am probably going to be focused a bit more today on getting her to move out and walk around, and if she feels like trotting a little bit, we'll do that. If she doesn't, that's fine. We'll just take what she gives us and do things at her speed. I got her out of the corral there and tied her to the trailer and saddled her just like I would any broke horse, and she did just fine with it. Anyways, we'll see you guys over in the semi-round pen. Alright, we're in a round pin here. I'm gonna get my hackamore tied. I kinda like doing this with colts for some reason. Just a lot of things hanging around here, and you get to throw some stuff and make sure that she don't care about something dragging on the ground. So before anybody in the comments gets all worked up about how I tie my hackamore, I want you to remember the phrase that different isn't wrong. So that being said, this is how I do it. It works for me. This hackamore is a little bit small for her, and I will admit that. But again, it works for me. It's been a pretty dry winter so far. Kind of a cold one though. Well, sort of. We've had bouts where it's been really nice and not that cold at night, and right now it's fairly nice during the day, but it's getting down the single digits at night, which isn't too bad. You know, you get the warmth and the solar heat during the day. You know, it makes it pretty tolerable. When it's in the single digits at night and only in the teens during the day or something like that, it darn sure feels a lot colder. Just drop our halter out there. Now, my hanger here, I'm gonna make that plenty big, that way I don't have to really wrestle it onto her. Hey, hey. Kinda this time just trying to treat her more like a broke horse. And there's a little bit of a breeze today. You can see she's being a little bit jumpy. She's feeling pretty good these days. I'll put this right here and give this a couple half hitches just to take up some of the slack there. Check my cinch. Oh, now normal broke horse, of course, I would just climb on right now, but wouldn't be entirely fair to her. And I don't think saddle horses should buck. I think bucking horses should buck. And saddle horses should, hey mare, should be well behaved. I'm not asking nothing of you. All right. You want to frog around a little bit and play or whatever? If you got it in you, go ahead and get it out right now. That's a good looking filly. Don't think she's gonna be as big as Rush. Come on, move around. I think she's gonna be a little bit cattier than Rush, which, of course, being half Clydesdale, that's still not Not cutting horse caddy by any means. Let me fix that half hitch. It didn't sit right. But, you know, it'll be, I think she'll dang sure be caddy enough for the working cowboy. On the last video, Woodrow asked if Luke was my go-to sorting horse. And I kind of replied with, Luke is my go-to everything horse right now. I can trust him to do anything I need to do. But he's getting older. He's actually about 10 years older than I thought he was when I got him. And I got him in a trade to a good friend, and I don't believe that friend lied to me or anything like that. Luke's just, he's a Mustang. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell. And anyways, he's older than what I thought. So he's going to be starting this year in kind of semi-retirement. I'll use him, but I'm not going to camp on him on the big hard days, day after day after day. What'll happen is Henry will step into getting the majority of the work. Is he will turn 6 late this summer. Henry's a late child. He's an August foal. Not ideal, but it happened. So he's ready to go, and I'll be able to count on him for, very good young lady, I'll be able to count on him for anything I need him to do, up to and including tying cows down. He's going to be expected to do it all this year. Not expected to do it perfect, but expected to do it all. And then that'll mean this will be Rush's 4-year-old year, so he'll get some more bigger days, and I will try and get him better to rope on to where he can go to a couple brandings this year. And I think as a 4-year-old, if you take him to a branding, you should brand 5 or 10 calves on him for the day. Just let him get a taste of it, let him get something to think about, and then quit him. I don't think you should camp on him and brand the whole pen on him. It's not a futurity event the way I do it. Of course, that'll mean that Hotlips is a 3-year-old this year, so she's gonna get to go on some easier days, you know, maybe 1 or 2 big days like Rush did last year, but darn sure not gonna mash on her real hard. And the idea with my half drafts is that they'll get to be 5 or 6 years old, and to where I can do anything I need to do on them, and they're a beneficial member to your team, and just trustworthy and broke and handy and all that. And then I'm going to sell them, with the exception of Rush. So Hotlips will be the first one I sell, and that's 2 or 3 years from now. But the idea is that they can help make a little bit of income for my family. So Thule, the mare that the half drafts are out of, she's bred back to Liam, her Battle River Inc. again. Excuse me. So she'll have another half draft foal this year, and we'll breed her back, assuming everything goes right and she's healthy. And the idea is just get rolling with 1 a year to sell, and if it's going well and making money and all that, I'll buy another brood mare and cross to Liam, or maybe a different stud. I'm not sure. That's a hard decision because I'm so happy with the colts I'm getting out of Liam that it's kind of hard to say I want to pick something else. But the curious side of me says, you know, well, what if we find this stud or that stud or something? Or I don't know if I'd entirely be opposed to getting a draft mare and crossing the quarter horse studs. Maybe I would think about getting a full Clydesdale out of Liam's lines or something like that. I haven't made up my mind yet. That's a ways off in the future, you know. If I just kind of break easy on these half drafts, probably just keep doing one, or break even on these half drafts rather. I'll probably just keep doing one, but if they take off like I think they're going to, I'll grow the program. I think these half drafts are really going to take off because quarter horses are getting bred smaller and smaller, and fine bone, and they can move in wicked ways and cut a cow 7 days till Sunday, but they just don't seem to hold up. And I've heard that from a lot of guys that ride these big outside outfits, and even guys that don't have these outside outfits. They say, you know, gosh, my horses don't last as long as they used to, and I'm not doing any more work on them. And I'm not trying to pick on the quarter horse industry. I think it's amazing what they're doing, but they've just traded performance for longevity, and it just kind of, I don't know. I don't think that guys are going to be able to pay these big money for these quarter horses like this and not have them last a long time, where, you know, they can pay the same amount of money for a crossbred like maybe like mine, or something similar like that, and have it last, you know, 5 or 10 years longer. And you break it down and think about the financial side of it, and that's a better investment. There is a way to register half drafts. Mine are not registerable because Thule, she's grade. I know some of the horses that she's related to, and they're really nice, but she don't have no papers. And what it takes, I forget the name of the maybe it's the American Half Draft Registry or something like that, but you got to have papers on both sides. So when the program grows and I get another brood mare, she will be papered. That way I can start having registered half drafts, which I've told a million people, and I'll say it 10 million more times. I don't believe you can ride papers, just like you can't ride color. That being said, on the seller's side of it here, you sell something with papers, you do make more money. Boy, Hotlips has given us all the right answers today. Have you guys noticed that? She hasn't turned her butt towards us once. Super happy with her for that. It's early in the day yet, so I'm not too worried about sweating her up. You know, if it was closing in on evening time, I would take it in consideration. Yeah. No, I'm gonna double her back right here. Ooh, confused her. Okay, we'll try it again here. Stop her there. Whoa. Well, we can do it slow. And then I'll turn her right. Oh, confused her again. I want to get this double turn because if she kind of confuses herself, hey, mare, think about it. What it's doing, it's adding more inputs into the equation for her. And in my opinion, horses blow up and buck when they get kind of confused. Gonna do it slow. There you go. That being said, I can make it slower. We'll just keep bouncing her side to side here like this. Get after her when she gives me the wrong answer. Good. The big corners are, I'll do her here. Give her a couple laps here, let her think a minute. But if you notice, I mean, there's always horses that just blow up for seemingly no reason. There's always a reason in their mind, even if it is just spite. But if I can get her to where she's almost like the equation's kind of hard to compute, you know, I'm asking a lot of her. Come on, mare, do it right. Hey. Get on that fence, turn her back. How? She's still? Really? We'll do it slow. Okay, now go this way. She's not sure why I'm asking her to keep turning around like this, and that's exactly what I want. Because if she's thinking about something like that and maybe not exactly where to place her feet, and then placing her feet will kind of come natural. See how she's kind of wadding up a little bit? That's right what I want. I want her to have something to work through. Because she'll do this all natural by herself. She knows how to do it. Now she's just got to figure out, that's better, how to do it when I'm asking her to do it. If you notice in that corner a couple minutes or seconds ago, maybe a minute ago, she licked her lips and I didn't stop. I want a horse that thinks, not a horse that licks their lips. You see some clinicians, every time a horse licks their lips, you stop. Well, all you're doing is teaching them to lick their lips. That was better. He gave me a couple right there. Yeah. You see horses at any time they get nervous or think a little bit or something like that, they just go to licking their lips and they think that's what they're supposed to do. And that's not quite the right answer. A little bit of sweat on you. What do you think? Here we go for a ride. Let's flop all this around. It's so hard to remember with these half drafts that this is only a one ride colt right now. You know, they're just so gentle and so willing. You know, they don't, it's easy to forget how young and inexperienced they are. Okay, we're just gonna go to moving her again now. Sorry for the nasally sounds and the sniffing, guys. It's cold out, and for some reason my allergy's been going off lately. Get my McCarty pulled through my belt here and get the twists out of it. All that good stuff. All right, Miss Hotlips. Okay, now again here, I'm just gonna ask her to give her head to me. I'm using very light pressure. I don't even want to close my hand. I'm not asking your feet. I just want your nose. There, good job, baby girl. Yeah, such a good mare. If you guys remember, it's been several weeks since I even had her out of her pen, because the last time I did anything with this filly was when I worked her and Kelly that day. So that video's been, what, 2 months ago, something like that? It's been a while. And you can see how much she's retained. I'm not asking your feet, sweetheart, just your face. She's not wanting to give me much this side, so we're gonna work on it here a bit. You know, they say if you do something to one side, do it to the other side. And the caveat to that is make sure and get both sides as good. That was better. We're gonna work this side a bit today though. She's a little bit stuck here. That's a product of me. Maybe I didn't do as much on this side last time. Horses, generally speaking, will be a little bit stuck on their right side because everybody does everything from the left side naturally. Come on. I'm not asking your feet, sweetheart. Just your nose. Just your nose. I'll just stay with her. Remember, I got my elbow braced on her saddle and my hand up here, so I just stay with her. I stay in the same spot relative to her and just keep asking. It's a safe spot right here. As soon as she gives me one big flex here, I'm not asking your feet, baby girl. It's good she's moving her hips just off of this, but it's not what I'm asking her, so it's kind of a double-edged sword. Sissy. Okay, now give it to me all the way. No, it doesn't count. You just move your feet. This might be something I work with her a little bit under saddle too. You know, I'm gonna spend more time on her today. Hotlips, you need to try. And it doesn't mean move faster, but I'm glad you think so. As you can see, I'm kind of going to force it here a minute now. hold her. I'm gonna kind of create that pressure with my hand there, so she has to bend around it. That was better. I'll work with her in her saddle for that. I think she's ready to get on, guys. I think, well, I'll just bring you guys along this time. There you go, Miss Hotlips. Okay, now with the colt, first thing I like to do when I climb on is make sure they see me out of both eyes. See me out of this eye, get a good flex here, there, and then make sure she sees me out of this side. Okay. On a good flex, she's still kind of stuck to this side. You know, trainers have ways of making them flex, you know, tying their head around stuff. I don't find that necessary in my goals for these horses, because I'm not, okay, let's see if we can get her moving out, but I'm not sending them off to be judged or anything like that. Good. And again, I have not worked with this mare since you guys saw me work with her last, just to show you how much she retains. Good job, Hotlips. But I'm not sending them off to be judged or critiqued or anything like that. I'm just making working horses here, you know. And you can take them real fancy horses, and some of them will make mighty fine working horses. I'm not arguing that. You know, if I was working for a horse trainer, I would just delve into their program as deep as I could, because there's a reason that they're the trainer and I'm the apprentice sort of concept. Ask her to turn here. Moving out good today. That being said, I don't care how much experience anybody has in any industry or occupation or anything like that. Somebody below you might know something you don't, and it's always worth listening to. Hey, there you go. Good job. We're doing pretty good today. I am gonna kind of force her into a little bit of a trot here. She's picking it up. Just want a couple steps. Good. Good. That's all I wanted. We'll walk her around this other direction here and do the same this other direction. And again, she's just gonna be a 3-year-old here in a month or two. So, come on. Don't get stuck. Hey. See, problems like this is when horses buck. She's getting stuck right there. There you go. So as I was saying, she's just gonna be a 3-year-old in a month or two, so I'm not wanting to put a whole bunch of hard time on her. I'm just giving her a foundation. I don't know how long it'll be before I touch her again after this. A couple weeks. Might be next week, I don't know. Get her trot around this side. Good job, sister. Yep, can't ask for any better than that. Come around this side again for me. She flexed pretty good right there. But she's wanting to look at something. There's some noise or something that she hears over towards the trailer. I don't have any other horses here today, so it's not that. But if I can get one real good soft give and release to that pressure towards the right there, I'll quit her, because she gives it real good to the left. Keep moving forward, sweetheart. not quite sure why we're just walking in circles. I bet if she had something to follow. Kind of want to make her realize I really want it. A little bit harder of a ask right there. She gave it pretty good there. Still not totally happy. I'm gonna keep moving. Yeah, just keep moving today, sweetheart. If she's wanting to come around to the right by herself there rather than me driving, so I'm gonna switch it up. Keep it fresh in her mind. Hey, don't fight that. She kind of fought it there, so I'm really going to correct her and really force it here. Come on, sissy, let's... I am kind of having to pedal her, but I mean, this is the most she's ever moved out. It's her first big day moved out. If you remember last time, she didn't move out too much at all before we put her, so. Okay, we'll start trying to get her to give to this side again. That's not bad. Kind of loose-handed on it. That's an improvement over what it was, so I'll put her right there. Now, just a tip of stepping off of colts. Take your feet, just get on the balls of your feet on both stirrups. Get your rope over your hip here. Now what I like to do is I rock the saddle once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, step off. Like that, and I try and hit with my right foot even or just behind their front legs. That way if they try and do something stupid like kick at me, I'm a little bit further forward. You can even try and step off further forward than that. And normally I would step out smooth and not hang right there, but I was talking. You can see we got a good sweat. I'm gonna love all over her. She did great. That was your second ride there, sweetheart. Yep. Yep. Yeah, you did very good, young lady. Very, very happy with you. A little bit of a sweat going. Something to think about, huh? Yeah. Okay, guys, well, I'm gonna just loosen my cinch here a little bit for her. As you can see, it's pretty loose. I don't have it very tight on her, really. I'm not gonna loosen it much. But that's all I'm gonna do with her today. Take her home, pull her saddle off, curry her out, make sure she enjoys that. Pet on her a bunch, let her know how good she did for me. And I'll go home, and after I get her unsaddled and all that, I'll make sure and post this to YouTube for you. It's the 21st of January right now. Like I said, I don't know when I'll work her again. Might be next week, might be next month. These horses that I'm breeding, I'm so lucky, so blessed. They seem to just retain everything and think on it, and every time I get on one, they're better than they were the last time. Make sure and leave any questions down below, any comments, thoughts, anything like that. Thanks for riding along, guys. I really appreciate it. The YouTube channel growing is definitely a blessing to my family, so that's you guys right there. You're the blessing to me. I appreciate that. We'll catch you on the next one.